All right, so for today's review, we are going to be taking a look at the Diecast Masters CAT CS11 GC single drum compactor in 1 to 50th scale. Now, this model is a part of the Diecast Masters Highline series, so it will come in a tin. That tin has some information about the real machine, and it also has a couple of pictures of the real machine as well on there. So without further ado, let's get straight into the review here. So we're going to start off with the cab here like we normally do. You can see you got some nice details here on your door here. Now this is all one piece. It just slots into two holes. I found that out when I took the top of the cab off. So this is all like a plastic piece that has some inserts that are painted. You can see here you got some simulated hinges right there. I believe that it's for a window. And you do have a handrail on the back of your cab right here, and then you do have a mirror right there as well. I believe that is plastic, but I'm almost positive that this handrail is metal, and it's very nice because it doesn't really bend or flex that much when you put some pressure on it, so I do believe that is metal. That is very nice, and you can see you got some okay detail in the cab. I feel like it could have been a little bit better. They could have put cat on the back of the seat, but I'm not too familiar with this machine, so that could be how the real machine is. Just, a steering console and the operator's chair, but I highlight out that. And you can see you got some steps right here that lead up to the cab as well. Now, these are plastic. These are plastic steps, so you want to be careful not to grab the model by here because you will break these off if you do put pressure on them. And then you can see right here, you got a nice little tiny detail, little decal right there. You got some bolt detailing on your drum assembly as well, and you got some hydraulic detailing that runs to the drum, to the motor in the drum as well. And then coming to the back, you can see you got a nice cat decal right there with some simulated meshwork right there as well. And then you got some nice bolt detailing here on your hub. You got some silver painted nuts, which is a nice little touch instead of just painting them yellow. And then you got a nice tread pattern, as you can see right there on your tire as well. Now coming to this side, you can see you got a nice little decal right there, and you got another one right there as well. And as you can see right there, it looks like when they were painting this model, they either touched this spot or they just didn't get enough coverage on there. So my model is missing a little bit of paint on there. Nothing too crazy to worry about. This is the back of the model. You can see you got a nice cat decal here in your grill for your radiator, which is nice. You got some simulated lights right there. Some lights or reflectors right there. And then you got some lift point decals right there, which are pretty nice. Then you can see you got some mesh work right there as well on top of the engine compartment as well. And then you do have a small little exhaust right there as well. This side, it's pretty much the same, just, there's no cab access on this side. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a filter or what this is supposed to be down here, but they did model it very nicely. And then, like I said, you got some nice mirrors. They do have some silver painted surfaces. Not reflective, but at least they are painted, which is nice. And then coming to the front of the machine, you can see you got a nice windshield wiper right there. You want to be a little careful with that, not to break that off, especially when you're taking the top of the cab off, because that, if you put your finger in the wrong position, you put too much pressure, you could snap that off. And then you got a nice little warning beacon up top as well. Now, one thing on my model, when I pop the top off, this little back piece right here, you can see where some lights are modeled, did flake to pop off, so I did have to glue mine back on. No big deal. That was just probably my own fault for putting too much pressure on there while I was trying to get the top off. But zooming out here, the functionality on this model, it doesn't have too much functionality, but it's a very nice little model. It obviously rolls back and forth, and it turns. The turning to the side to side isn't the greatest. It turns better this way than it does this way, I think. But you can also pivot the model, so you can see it's got some nice pivot to it. So that's pretty cool. Not even the NZG models do something like that, so that's cool that they were able to model that very nicely. And then you can see here, you got some more hydraulic detailing right here that runs to your drum as well. But that's kind of about it for this this GS11 soil compactor, or single drum roller, whatever you'd like to call it. It's a pretty underrated model from Diecast Masters. You get a lot for the price that you pay for it, I feel. And I would like to see Diecast Masters revisit this model in the future. Maybe do a smooth drum in the open Rops, and then maybe do a SheepsFoot compactor in both configurations. I do like where they went with this model, and it is a nice addition to a paving collection. Or, if you want to have a giant earthworks dial and you want to do some finish rolling before you pour your concrete or your asphalt, this is a cool little model to own. But that's going to do it for this review, so thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you would like to follow my social media, both links are in the description. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video to be uploaded.